The ongoing anti-government demonstrations gained momentum across the country on Tuesday as protesters turned out in large numbers in Nairobi, Kisumu, Kisii, Karatina, Nakuru, Eldoret, Mombasa, Kakamega, among other areas. What was meant to be a peaceful demonstration took a chaotic turn as police officers resorted to using tear gas and live bullets to disperse protesters around the Nairobi CBD and other areas in the country. Our reporter Grace Akhati begins our bulletin with the following story.
Once again, Tuesday's demonstrations took shape in various counties across the nation, with thousands of protesters coming out in large numbers to push for accountability from the government, among other demands. What initially began as a peaceful demonstration soon escalated into chaos as police officers engaged in running battles with protesters as they lobbed tear gas and live bullets to disperse the crowds. In several areas including Nairobi, Mombasa, Nakuru, Eldoret, Kakamega, Nakuru, Karatina and Kisii, transport activities were temporarily disrupted as protesters blocked off sections of Moi Avenue and other key roads in the cities. With the protesters multiplying in numbers, police resorted to using colored tear gas called Agent Orange. The banned chemical agent is a highly toxic substance that was infamously used by US forces during the Vietnam War from 1961 to 1971. In other areas like Baringo County, residents were seen camping outside their governor's office to demand accountability for public funds that have allegedly gone missing or mismanaged. In several areas, for instance Kakamega and Kericho counties, the peaceful protests were infiltrated by goons allegedly hired by government officials to disrupt the exercise. Earlier Tuesday, the acting Inspector General of Police, Douglas Kanja, issued a warning to the youth participating in the protests, urging them to maintain peace and remain vigilant throughout the demonstrations. In a statement, Kanja highlighted that there was credible intelligence suggesting that criminal gangs intended to infiltrate the peaceful protests. The said goons, who were spotted carrying rungus, were however overpowered by the peaceful protesters, who managed to retrieve their weapons. Amid the escalating calls for accountability from the government, President William Ruto on Monday accused the Ford Foundation, a United States-based philanthropic organization, of funding the protests in Kenya.
And I want to call out those who are behind the anarchy in Kenya, those who are behind the sponsoring the chaos in the Republic of Kenya. Shame on them, because they are sponsoring violence against our democratic nation. Mimi nataka niulize watu wa Ford Foundation, watuambie hiyo pesa wanatoa ifanye fujo ndio wapate faida gani? We are going to call them out and we are going to tell them, if they are not interested in democracy in Kenya, if they are going to sponsor violence, if they are going to sponsor anarchy, we are going to call them out and we are going to tell them they either style up or they leave.
The Ford Foundation has since rejected the president's allegation. Despite President Ruto's concessions to some of the protesters' demands, including withdrawing the Finance Bill 2024, dismissing the entire cabinet and Attorney General, and initiating national dialogue, many young demonstrators are demanding further action. They now want Ruto to step down over claims of poor governance, corruption, and the deaths of dozens of protesters during earlier anti-government demonstrations. Reporting for Hope TV Newswatch, I'm Grace Akhati.